Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. Welcome back to my playthrough of Metal Gear Solid Delta. I hope that you guys are enjoying this series. We're continuing from where we left off here. So we defeated the Pain. And, let's see here. Open radio. Okay. You guys told me that I missed a bunch of codec calls in the cave, so we're gonna check that out here.
I heard you defeated the Pain.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. And there's still 3 more of them left.
4.
Hmm?
There are still 4 more Cobras left, including their leader, the boss.
I'm aware of that.
Good. The exit from the cave should be toward the back. Proceed through the cave and find the exit to the swamp aqueduct. The exit from the cave should be toward the back. Proceed through the cave and find the exit to the swamp aqueduct. Snake, let's go over the controls for CQC one more time. Press the CQC button once to throw a punch. Press it repeatedly to launch a combo attack. CQC doesn't really start to shine, however, until you grab an enemy. Press and hold the CQC button to grab the enemy. Use the movement stick at the same time, and you can knock the enemy to the ground. If you don't move it, you can get behind the enemy and hold him prisoner. When you're holding an enemy from behind, he'll be almost completely helpless. From there are a number of things you can do. By pressing the action button, you can slit his throat using your knife. By moving the movement stick along with the CQC button, you can knock him to the ground. You can also choke the enemy by tapping the CQC button rapidly. You can either render him unconscious or kill him outright. It's up to you. If you keep the CQC button pressed, you can move around with the enemy in your grip. You can also press the aim button to use the weapon you have equipped. The enemy will be hesitant to attack as long as you're using one of their comrades as a human shield. Use that moment of hesitation to attack. By pressing the interrogate button, you can interrogate the enemy. You might be surprised at the things you can learn. But stay alert. While the enemy is nearly helpless in your grasp, if you give him a chance, he'll turn the tables on you. You can only grab an enemy using CQC when you're using a weapon that will allow you to reach out with your right hand, such as the survival knife, a handgun, or your bare hands. You can't grab the enemy when using weapons that take both hands to use, such as assault rifles, or that prevent you from controlling the enemy with your right hand, like hand grenades. In short, you can't use CQC when equipped with assault rifles or hand grenades. You can tell whether a weapon is compatible with CQC or not by looking at its icon.
Okay, let's see.
Snake, that's the home to the Otten frog. The Otten frog is a large, corpulent species of frog. They're known as a delicacy, so it might be worth catching them for food. The Otten frog was originally found only on Amami Oshima in Japan. Frogs usually have 4 toes on their front legs, but the Otten frog is unique in that it has 5.
Got it. By the way, you said they were known as a delicacy, right?
Right.
So that means they must taste pretty good, huh?
I guess so. I hear that in Japan, Otten frog sashimi and sukiyaki are popular dishes.
Really?
Yeah.
Japan, huh? That place is starting to sound better and better.
Hey, what's that you're wearing?
Night vision goggles. This gadget lets me see in the dark by amplifying light and displaying it as images.
Amplifying light?
That's what it looks like to me.
Well, I'll be damned. They're working on something like that here in the States, but so far it's not viable unless it's coupled with an infrared searchlight. And now the Russians have something you can carry with you. Anyway, those goggles should give you a decent visual range even in dark places. But don't look at anything bright like fire or it'll get burned into your eyes and you won't be able to see for a while. Be careful.
That's true. You don't want to look at fire with night vision goggles. Okay, Ava.
Snake, you beat the pain.
Not without a tough fight.
How did it feel to fight one of the boss's comrades?
What are you getting at?
I just want to know what it's like to have fought a member of the legendary Cobra unit. That's all.
What you want to know is if I can really face the boss. Is that right?
Well, that too.
Don't waste your time worrying about me. I'll get the mission done.
I certainly hope so.
So the exit of the cave is up ahead?
Right. Go to the end of the cave and you'll come out in an aqueduct overgrown with mangroves. This leads to the Ponyzovier swamp. I heard a report that they've transported a sniper rifle to the western part of Ponyzovier, the aqueduct at the other end of the cave. When you get to the aqueduct, you might want to head over that way and check it out. Go to the end of the cave and you'll come out in an aqueduct. Go to the end of... I heard a report that they've when you get...
Okay, yeah. You told me that there's a dialogue with Ava in the cave that talks about Ocelot, but I guess I missed it. Okay, let's move out then. Okay, this way. Food. Oh, I don't got anything left.
Pretty tasty.
Might as well get a few of them just so I have food for later too. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna need the 1911 for this one. Okay. Okay. Oh, crap. Okay, let's see. Can we call about that? Let's see.
Snake, remember that this operation is a solo sneaking mission. We'll be providing you with support over the radio, but out in the field, you're on your own. There's no backup. And there's no way you'll survive a battle with a large enemy contingent. Avoid engagement whenever possible. Your highest priority in this mission is staying out of sight.
Hey, you've got an M1911A1.
Yeah, a 45. 50 years since the Army adopted the first model, and they're still using them.
And they're
It's
still
a
using them
real
today.
gem of an automatic pistol.
But aren't you
Oldest
gonna need
serving
more than just
pistol
one little
in
handgun?
history.
Not at all. When you're in a tight spot or fighting in close quarters, sometimes a handgun works better than a rifle. And if I equip a knife at the same time, I can instantaneously switch over to hand-to-hand combat.
I see. That 45 you've got there is a lot different from the original, though. Looks like someone did some serious work on it.
It's more than a little. First of all, the feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. It's not going to have any feeding problems. The slide's been replaced with a reinforced version, and it meshes perfectly with the frame. The frame itself has been iron welded and scraped down multiple times for maximum precision. The front strap part of the frame has been checkered to make it dig into the hand. That prevents any slipping. The sight system's original too. It's a 3-dot type. It's got an enlarged front sight, giving it superior target sighting capability. The regular hammer's been replaced with a ring hammer. That enhances the cocking control and increases the hammer down speed. They also reworked the grip safety to accommodate the ring hammer. Looks like they eliminated it altogether. This is a tool for pros. The thumb safety and the slide stop are extended to allow for more precise handling. The base of the trigger guard is whittled down so you can use a high grip. And the trigger itself is a long type for easy finger access. The trigger pull is about 3.5 pounds. That's about 1.5 pounds lighter than normal. The magazine well has been widened to make it easier to put in a new magazine. The magazine catch button has been cut down low to make it harder to hit it by mistake. The mainspring housing has been changed to a flat type to increase grip, and it's even been fitted with stepping so it doesn't slip from the recoil when firing. On top of that, they added cocking serrations to the front part of the slide. That lets you load and eject cartridges faster in an emergency. Whoever did this is a professional. No question, this thing could shoot a one-hole at 25 yards in a machine rest.
Well, I'll be damned. That's some gun.
Yeah, I've never used a weapon this fine in my life.
Using the anti-personnel sensor, I see. The sensor vibrates when it detects organic reactions from human targets. It's been adjusted to respond only to humans, so unlike other sensors, it'll let you ignore animals and focus only on the enemy. It'll even detect enemies that aren't moving, and you won't have to worry about it giving away your position.
Yeah, this thing is
But
my
on the
best
flip
friend in
side,
stealth.
It won't tell you the exact location of the target. Keep that in mind when you're using it. Also, remember that when you use it in first-person view, it'll only scan in the direction you're facing.
Oh, so if I use it in first person, I can kind of figure out where the enemy is if I point. Okay.
Pass through that area to the north and you'll reach the aqueduct. But be careful. The aqueduct is patrolled by flying platforms.
What the hell is that?
Platforms.
Soldiers hovering in the air.
I've heard stories, but
They've already been implemented over here. It goes to show that America isn't number one in everything.
Oh, what the? Oh, God. Damn, I should have seen that one coming. Okay. Okay, we don't want to fall down there. What the hell is that?
I see you found your way to the aqueduct. If you follow it to the north, you'll come to a warehouse used for transporting supplies. Pass through the warehouse, and you'll come out into a forest. The lab where Sokolov is being held is directly to the north of that forest, so head north.
You say they have flying platforms out there? Flying platforms are a type of personal VTOL aircraft.
They were working on those in America, too, weren't they?
Yeah, back in the 50s. They were supposedly going to be used for scouting and patrol missions, as well as to spot for artillery units and transport troops into rough territory. They even got an initial prototype off the ground in 1955. But the thing wasn't fast enough, and there were problems with getting it to stop and turn in midair, so they ended up scrapping the project. The ones you see there were built by the Soviets after they got their hands on the American design plans. The American model used a pair of contra-rotating rotors to generate lift, but those Soviet models seem to be using jet engines instead. They must have kept going with their research after the US abandoned its own project. Now they've finally overtaken us. You gotta give them credit for sticking with it. If you get spotted by an enemy riding a flying platform, they'll go into alert phase. The flying platforms themselves don't seem to be armed, but the pilots are carrying Scorpion submachine guns and grenades.
That's a
The recoil
Czechoslovakian
on the
submachine
Scorpion
gun.
is low enough so that they should be able to fire one-handed in full auto mode. That gives them some serious firepower.
No response from Ava. Okay.
We're being attacked. Enemy position unknown. Going into high alert.
These guys have helmets. Yeah. Okay, these guys have helmets. This is not going to be easy here. Okay. I really hope this helps. Okay, I'm almost there. We got through that. I'm gonna check here, what's in here. Where does this go? How on earth am I gonna clear this out here? I think it's like some kind of storehouse here. Why does there have to be 3 of them?
Who's that?
What's wrong?
Wait for both of them to come up on this platform now. There we go. What does this guy have on him? AK ammo, okay. Okay, finally found a suppressor. TNT. Grenade. Oh, an SVD. Nice. Uses round 7.62x54R cartridges, 10 round magazine. It is true that the SVD does fire the 7.62x54R. Same bullet as in the Mosin Nagant. SVT-40 and also in the PKP Pechenik. Okay. Now then. Let's get out of here. Okay. Got a bunch of supplies here, that's great. Oh crap, they're getting up. Okay, so when they are when you tranquilize them, they're not gonna wake up, but when you knock them out, they eventually wake up. That's the thing then. Okay. I'll have to remember that. Okay, 80 seconds. I gotta wait through this now. But we got a bunch of supplies, and that'll definitely, you know, help us tremendously.
Hey, this works.
Crap, I gotta go back. That hovering platform is coming towards me. Crap. so long to lose them. I'm playing on hard too. Crap, there's one coming. Okay, 15 seconds and we are good here.
No problems detected.
Understood. Return to your position.
Oh god. Damn. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? I should be going this way. What am I doing? I wonder if, hang on a second. Backpack. Soviet-made automatic sniper rifle known for its high precision using rimmed. It's semi-automatic, but the SVD is one of the best sniper rifles ever made, still used to this day. I wonder if there's a dialogue with Sigint.
The armor plating on the body of a flying platform is bound to be pretty thick. I don't think you're going to be able to penetrate it with a handgun or an assault rifle. When you're up against a flying platform, try and aim for either the pilot or the engine on the underbelly. The flying platforms have a searchlight attached to the front. If you knock it out, that should handicap its scouting ability. And in some cases, it might even have to go back to base for repairs. The armor plating on the... When you're up...
Okay. Let's keep going then.
Get your hands off me. I'm not going anywhere.
Really now? How many times must I tell you?
Tanya.
Each time you resist, your lover will suffer the consequences. Is that clear?
Volgin. Damn you!
Hold it right there, traitor. Let's find out just how lucky you are. Watch closely. One of these 3 guns has a single bullet in it. I'm going to pull the trigger 6 times in a row. Are you ready? Huh. Looks like your luck hasn't run out yet.
There's no such thing as luck on the battlefield.
Man, this guy is such a sadist.
You'd better stay in line from now on. The Cobras will take care of him.
Has the CIA dog been disposed of yet?
The pain is dead.
What? He may be a child, but he's definitely one of yours. I fear Khrushchev may have a hand in this. We have no time to lose. You must eliminate him before the final test.
Don't worry. They'll be able to handle it. I'm leaving him to you, the fear.
The old man is always sleeping. Is he all right?
The end is saving what life he has left in him for battle. Normally, he's dead. But he'll wake up when the time is right. And when he does, it will be the end for the boy.
No. Sokolov isn't worth your love. You can entertain me until the rain stops.
My God.
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Desaro, is that you?
The end. Oh wait, there's a health bar for him? Oh crap, I didn't want to do that. What I was gonna say about Volgin, though, is that, Volgin used to be former NKVD, which were Stalin's secret police, and... Oh, I don't have... Damn, I don't have an option to take a shot at him now. There was people out there very sadistic, just like Volgin. Not with all the superpowers, obviously, but there was people that had very similar personalities to him that were in the NKVD. You gotta remember that, you know, people like Volgin were the people that ran Stalin's secret police, so you very sadistic, very ruthless, very evil people.
What's wrong?
I don't know if that was a boss battle or what that was, but it looks like I missed a shot on, I missed a shot on the end.
Major, Sokolov's been hauled off.
Yes, they probably caught him trying to escape from the lab. Didn't Volgin say that they still needed to perform the final test?
Yeah.
Then Sokolov must have been taken back to the lab. Get to the lab and get Sokolov the hell out of there. Pass through that warehouse and you'll come out south of the lab. Make your way inside the warehouse. Watch out for enemy sentries. The assault rifle can punch through materials like wooden boards. That means you can fire on enemies standing on top of the pier from underneath. Keep that in mind.
Okay, Ava? No response. You know, I'm really curious whether Ava was that, that woman that Volgin was abusing. That was Sokolov's lover. Because there's no response from her right now. I know in the other Metal Gear games, when there's no response from a specific character, that means something. Like, I remember that in the, in Metal Gear Solid 1, when you had the boss battle against Liquid Snake in the helicopter and you tried to call Master Miller, there would be no, he wouldn't answer because he was Liquid Snake. This might be one of my few chances to catch one of them.
Huh?
Who's that? HQ.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Sending reinforcements.
Crap, I didn't expect there to be another one. I still... What the hell? Who are you people? Oh god. Okay, yeah, I messed that up there. Oh man, I should have just shot him in the head with the tranquilized gun. I should have just knocked him out on the head. I wanted to grab him to see if I could find out where the other enemies are, and that backfired really badly. I was doing so good too. I wanted to grab one just so I could see where they all are, but that didn't go well.
What's wrong?
This guy's gonna come down the stairs here. because, well, he's really taking his time. You know, you see one of your comrades down, and you're really taking your time coming downstairs, aren't you? This guy, I'm gonna see if I can grab him. If I can grab him, I'm gonna interrogate him and see if he can give me some information. He's got a radio in his bag, too, I see that. Okay, now I gotta see which way is he gonna go here.
Speak. A little further ahead, the forest is deadly. Speak. By stalking, you can find trap indicators. Speak. Fire support request 142.91.
Okay. They're not gonna get back up now. I learned that when you knock them, when you tranquilize them, they don't get back up, and when you knock them out, they can get back up, so I'm gonna know that in the future. It's gonna be very helpful. Oh, crap. What is...
Huh? Look, footprints.
Did they wake up or something? I guess they woke up then. I'm confused now. I thought they stayed knocked out or, you know, tranquilized when you... I should also take off the suppressor when I'm fighting bosses. This forest is gonna have traps in it. Book. Wow, look at that thing right there. See that? Okay.
Ah. Hmm. Ah.
I don't want to go through those bushes because there could be something in there. I just got a bad feeling about it. Damn. No, no. Those dogs are just so dangerous because they wake up so quickly. Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, it's my second accidental kill. I really didn't mean to do that. Oh no. Damn, those dogs, they just wake up so quickly. Honestly, I'm more scared of the dogs than I am of the soldiers.
Speak. Dog. Speak.
You lousy!
Speak.
Dogs will pick up your trail by
Okay.
You say there are attack dogs? Those attack dogs are Great Danes. The breed is originally from Germany. They've been used for hundreds of years as hunting dogs. As you can see, they're very large, strong too. They've got a calm yet courageous temperament, and on top of that, they're extremely intelligent. In some cases, a trained Great Dane can be more dangerous than a human opponent. Watch out for them.
Interesting.
Forget it, Snake.
Forget what?
You were thinking about how they taste, weren't you?
I wasn't thinking.
Don't lie to me. I could tell by the look on your face.
You can't see my face.
No, but I can imagine it. Don't you dare think about trying to capture an attack dog. You hear me?
Yeah.
So there's a high wall around the perimeter of the lab. Climbing over it probably isn't an option. But there must be an entrance somewhere. Keep your eyes open. The best source of information about a facility is the people going in and out of it. Try interrogating one of the enemies about the entrance. To interrogate an enemy, grab him from behind using So there's a high wall around, but the best source of information about to interrogate it.
I've already,
Major, Eva isn't responding to the radio.
Right.
Right.
Snake, she's been talking to you from inside an enemy facility. She's not always going to be able to answer the radio. Don't assume something's wrong just because you're not getting a response. Don't worry about Eva. Stay focused on your mission.
Got it. Major, do you know anything about this, Tanya?
No.
Nothing?
Not a thing.
Why not? You must have checked up on Sokolov when he defected 2 years ago. If he had a lover...
Make no mistake, we conducted a thorough investigation, but there was nothing about him having a mistress.
Maybe you didn't notice.
That's impossible.
Then he must have become involved with her after he was taken back to Russia.
I wonder.
What is it, Major? Something wrong?
I don't think Sokolov would take a lover.
Why not?
I still remember him 2 years ago. After we got him across the border, the first words he spoke from his hospital bed, after he regained consciousness, were, "Are my wife and daughter safe?" And right up until the time he was taken back to Russia, he kept begging me over and over to take care of his family, almost as if he was delirious. Sokolov is a man who loves his family. Betraying his wife is something he'd...
Major.
What is it?
People change.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah, maybe.
Snake, camouflage and face paint alone won't make you blend in completely. In addition to the camouflage itself,
Okay,
Snake, when you
Check it shows as you can your excessively low stamina can make sure you eat food to recover. Capture
okay, yeah, this is talking about this. I'm trying to see if there's a way I can get
They
this.
sicked attack dogs on you? People have been using dogs in wars since before recorded history. The Greek and Roman armies used to send out packs of dogs with spiked collars to charge at enemy ranks. Attack dogs were regularly employed in the First and Second World Wars as well. Traditionally, dogs have been used to keep watch, send messages, and assist in search operations. Then the Soviets came up with a new idea, using them to carry bombs.
This happened underneath
Bomb
German
dogs.
tanks.
Yeah.
Yes,
They were trained to dive beneath tanks carrying a payload of bombs.
this is true.
Apparently
This is
it
true.
worked pretty well, but the Russians messed up, man.
Yes,
They
that's
used their
true.
own tanks
They
for the
used
training.
T-34s and their own tanks got
Turns
blown
out
up.
the dogs kept going after Russian tanks and blowing them up. So the plan was
That's
scrapped
true.
before it got off the ground. Well, I don't think you need to worry about those dogs exploding on you. They don't seem to be the bomb-carrying type. But they are highly trained in tracking and detection. Don't underestimate them. They're excellent trackers and ferocious fighters. Attack dogs move fast and are deadly in proximity encounters. They'll pick up your scent and use it to track you, so it'll be hard to shake them off. In a way, they're more dangerous than any human opponent. Be prepared. The Soviet-made smoke grenades you might find around there also seem to act as a mild tear gas. It might not have that much of an effect on human targets wearing balaclavas, but it ought to wreak havoc to a dog's nose. If you're being chased by attack dogs, give them a taste of a smoke grenade.
Okay, so I am so impressed by the amount of research developers have done for this game, the amount of history that they've talked about, like the Khrushchev and Brezhnev power struggle, that was very much a real thing. They talked about the Cotton Forest massacre, and they talked about the Soviet bomb dogs in World War II. Very impressed by the amount of research developers have done here. But that is true, and I was literally just saying it as he was talking about it, but that is a real thing. So this happened really early in the war, 1941 and 1942. So June 22nd, 1941 is when Operation Barbarossa happened. It was the largest land invasion in history when the Nazi Germany invaded the Soviet Union. And during that invasion, the Germans had way more tanks than the Soviets at the start of the war. The Soviets, by, I would say, late 1942, early 1943, the Soviets had outnumbered the amount of German tanks. But at the start of the war, they were just not ready for that. And because there were so many German tanks, the Soviets didn't really have their own rocket launcher. They had anti-tank rifles, but they didn't really have their own rocket launcher. They got some bazookas from the US and the Lend-Lease, but they needed a way to basically take out these German tanks. And what the Soviets did was they basically trained dogs to run underneath tanks of bombs. And the reason that they would run underneath the tank is because underneath tanks is typically where you have the weakest armor. Because people don't really think about hitting a tank from, underneath. So tanks have weaker armor on there just so that they can, move faster. They have more speed. So, front of the tank is typically where they have, the most amount of armor. Rear is a little bit less armor, but they take some armor out just so that the tank can actually be a little bit faster, because too much armor, and it's just going to be too slow and ineffective. But they basically train them to run underneath German tanks. That's why anti-tank mines are effective at blowing up tanks, because they'll blow them up from underneath when the tank, runs over it. But anyways, about the dogs. They trained the dogs to run underneath Soviet T-34 tanks and other, like T-26 tanks as well. And the dogs were trained to run underneath Soviet tanks. And so what happened was, when they actually brought them out into battle, the dogs actually, instead of running towards the German tanks, ran towards their own tanks and blew them up. And so they basically got killed, a bunch of their own tanks blown up in friendly fire. I don't know if there's any recorded information on the amount of Soviet tanks that were, blown up by their own bomb dogs. They probably didn't keep records on that because it was just so embarrassing. But that is, that's like one of the biggest fails in history. But the thing about that is that it wasn't the only stupid weapon of World War II. The US also did employ their own really stupid weapon. The US experimented with incendiary bats. So while the Soviets had bomb dogs, we experimented with incendiary bats. And what we basically did was, we wanted to deploy bats into Japan. So we would drop bats from planes into Japan, and bats would typically go up in, like, the ceilings of dark buildings and like factories and corners, and they would make their nest there. And so we put these little incendiary devices on the bats, and the idea was that the bats would actually go into these houses and these factories in Japan, because almost all the buildings were made out of wood, and that the buildings would all burn down, and this would burn down Japanese towns and cities. However, though, this backfired, because what happened was we lost control of the bats in our own factories, and the bats basically just went up in the ceiling of American factories and just burned all the American factories down. So Soviets had, bomb attack dogs, we had incendiary bats, so it was, both of us, US and Soviet Union, we both had our own stupid weapon. Okay, let's see here. How do I open this door? Maybe if I knock on it, somebody will open. I wonder if that'll work. Let's see if this works.
Huh? Okay, just a second.
Wow. I called that. I called that.
Huh?
I literally called that. I was like thinking, what if I knock on the door? Will it actually work? And it worked. Wow.
Awesome. Huh? Who was that?
Okay. Is that everyone? Oh, what do we got underneath this?
Speak.
Just try and kill me.
Speak.
Let me go.
Speak.
Just
Speak.
let me go.
I got this. Don't want these guys waking up again. Okay. Oh crap.
Huh?
Speak.
The chief's room. It's underground.
Speak.
On the second floor.
Okay. Ooh. Glad there was no one around the corner. Oh crap. Okay. Is that a scientist? I wonder. I can't do CQC with this uniform. Okay, so the scientist uniform works here. They don't see through it. Well, that would definitely be suspicious, right? Oh, this is a way into the lab. Yeah, it's a secondary way into the lab. That's what that is.
Can't complain.
I don't know if you get too close to them if they detect you or not. You can't even use any guns when you're using this, guys. Why can't I use a gun? Okay, that
Answer me. If you can get down the northeast stairs, you'll find the jail. Oh!
I thought I had him there, but okay. There you go, take a nap. Okay. Ow. Uniform fly. Anything in here? I've already been here, haven't I? Okay. I've been out there before. Okay. Now then, let's go downstairs. I can't believe you can't even use the tranquilizer gun when you're in the scientist uniform. Doesn't allow you CQC or to use that. Okay, let's just go downstairs. Okay, so the scientist uniform works down here too.
Delicious.
What is that? Venom poisoning? When did I get poisoned with a venom? What the? There's a tarantulas there. Okay. Where am I supposed to go right now? I think it's the other staircase. Okay. Anesthetic gas spray disguised as a cigarette. Puts enemies to sleep. Ready with L2. And then spray R2. Okay. Handkerchief soaked in anesthetic can be used to put enemies to sleep by grabbing them. Use CQC and L2 to use. Okay. I don't know. Scientists here don't recognize me. This disguise isn't working all the way here now.
If you're looking for Sokolov, he's not here anymore. Put that thing away. You'll spoil my drink. So, you're the intruder everyone's talking about. Typical capitalist dog. No manners.
And who are you?
You mean you've never heard of me? And you call yourself an agent? Very well, then. I am Alexander Leonovich Granin. A man of some importance, if I do say so myself. I am the foremost weapons scientist in the Soviet Union, and the head of the glorious Granin Design Bureau. This is the Order of Lenin.
Order of Lenin, that's a real one.
It is an honor of the greatest magnitude, given along with the title of Hero of Socialism to only the finest workers. It was awarded to me in recognition of my brilliant contributions to society. Since the Great Patriotic War,
that's World War II.
I have created
that's what they call World War II in Russia, the Great Patriotic War.
Communist society. It was thanks to me that we were able to stamp out the Nazi scum. It was I who created the basic design for the mobile ballistic missile system you know and fear as SS.
Is that Ocelot on that picture? No, he's too... He'd be too young at this point. Looks like him on the picture. Not, yeah.
You're crocked, aren't
No,
you?
Otacon, I mean. Otacon and Ocelot. Otacon on that picture.
Drowning my sorrow. Because of him, I've got nothing to do but sit here and drink this crap.
Him?
Sokolov. It's him you're looking for, isn't it? Because of him, I have been stripped of my authority. My research has come to nothing. Look. It is a revolutionary mobile nuclear missile system. A bipedal tank.
A bipedal tank?
Yes, a walking tank. A robot. Are you familiar with the theory of the missing link between apes and humans? Well, this technology will be the missing link between infantry
That's
and
Metal
artillery.
Gear.
A kind of Metal Gear, if you will. And this magnificent Metal Gear will mark a revolutionary step forward in weapons development.
Metal Gear?
But I won't be used so easily. No crying myself to sleep. For you see, I'm going to send these documents to my friend in the United States.
What?
These bastards will live to regret this. And when they themselves become the targets of my creation, they will know my true greatness. Yes, Sokolov's pathetic Shagohod pales in comparison to my work. What are you going to do with a rocket engine on a tank?
About Sokolov.
A tank does not need a rocket. It needs something else. Look at these.
Nice shoes.
No. Legs. Legs that allow it to go anywhere. Just as when humans learn to walk upright. That is the real revolution in weaponry. Don't you agree? But the fool's in charge. Chose Sokolov.
And where is Sokolov?
My project has been terminated. The philosopher's legacy has been handed over to him.
What the hell are you talking about?
The philosopher's legacy. Haven't you heard of the philosophers? The Colonel has inherited their immense legacy. Volgin's father was in charge of the philosophers' money laundering activities. In the confusion of the war, he somehow ended up with their treasure. And Volgin inherited that treasure illegally. We never need to worry about the military budget. The development costs at our facility are all paid out of the Colonel's deep pockets. The weapons born here will be the genes for creating an entirely new form of warfare. The funding for my research came out of that legacy. Came out of it. Now, my money, my men, all have been diverted to the Shagohod project. Tomorrow, they will be conducting the final test, while Sokolov is making the final preparations in the weapons factory at Volgin's main base, the great fortress of Grozny Grad. Here I am, playing host to an enemy spy and drinking myself into a stupor.
That's where they moved Sokolov?
Yes.
And the Shagohod is there too?
Of course. Hey. You're not thinking of going to Grozny Grad. Are you mad? It's an impenetrable fortress.
I'm sure it is.
You'll be killed.
I'll take my chances.
Wait.
What?
Listen to me, you fool. I want to help you.
Help me?
To thank you for your compliment.
What compliment?
My shoes. Tatiana gave them to me. I wanted to thank you for complimenting me on them. I'll tell you how to get into the fortress. In return, I ask only that you get that idiot out of there and destroy the Shagohod. There is an underground tunnel that runs around the perimeter of the fortress. You should be able to use it to sneak into the base. Head for the mountains. The entrance to the tunnel is located there. Take this. You passed through a warehouse on your way here, didn't you?
Yeah.
There should have been a locked door inside of it. Do you remember it?
Uh,
This key will open that door. Beyond that door lies a vast jungle. You can climb up into the mountains from the far end of the jungle. Go back to the warehouse. Use the key to open the locked door and head for the mountains. Got it?
why are you helping me?
Unlike Sokolov, the thought of defecting has never once crossed my mind. I love my country. I love this land. I cannot even imagine living anywhere else. I wish to remain a hero of the great motherland. I cannot bear the thought of being hounded into a corner and left to waste away. It is already dawn. We must hurry. I will remain here and nurse my troubles for a little longer. To capitalism!
Can I go back in there? No, I can't.
Someone's in here. I have nothing more to say to you.
Okay, so I guess we'll save the game here. Will probably be a good part to wrap it up here.
Saving the game, Snake? Snake, have you seen 007 From Russia with Love?
Nah, I don't like those movies. Real spies are nothing like James Bond. It's pure fantasy.
Snake, I don't think the Major's going to like you saying that.
And even though it's fiction,
What exactly?
Major, what
Oh,
kind
I've
we can
right.
make
Yeah,
it fit.
we've
We'll
seen
make
this
it.
conversation.
Oh,
Talking.
but that, I mean,
He was getting pissed about him insulting James Bond. Yeah, we just heard that one on the last part. But I guess we'll be heading out here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm surprised I didn't encounter a boss. Well, maybe the end, but I kind of messed up. I backed up a little bit, and then I went in the other area, and then I couldn't get him at that point. But I guess we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. If you did, drop a like, and see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.